Maybe it's just me. Oh, bonfires, flag burners. Isn't there enough fire out here? Are we doing good? Can you hear me? We're going to start again? Yes. Wow, welcome. How about a round of applause? There we go. We are at LASC. That's right. People tell you you're funny. You probably are. And you won't know until you make it from the page to the stage. That's what we're here for. We provide entertainment for a lot of people. And if you are an evacuee, if you are a first responder, doctor, anybody do with the wildfires, we are here to make you laugh, make you giggle, make you forget about your problems, at least for a minute, until I start talking about mine. Because no matter how great somebody's problems are, you're just like... I mean, I kind of miss Biden now, comparing his problems when he was in Hawaii. I remember him saying, I remember the kitchen fire we had. And I was just like, that's a big kitchen that you're talking about. I don't know. I've never been to Hawaii. I have no desire to go. And I know everybody thinks I'm crazy. But I told you, I had that dream that my plane crashed, so I never went. And I have, now, oh, good. You know what's coming up? Manic Monday. That's today. We do a little bit of everything here at LASC, which is the acronym for LA School of Comedy, and podcasting, and acting, and writing. We have Aaron McIntyre, who is now going to be teaching acting. So thank God for that, because it gives me a little break. And we're really happy to have him on board. It's called the Film Actors Cafe. Right now he's in New Zealand, wondering what kind of muscles to bring me back, but that's not kosher. Bring back the perfume. I am very happy to have Dustin Chafin on board from New York. And it's always good to have a New York writer on board. Why? Because you guys have to know what urgency is. You got to know what time it is. You got to get going. People think I talk too fast. I really don't. You just got to catch up with me. If you think you're talking too fast, slow down, because I can't remember. It doesn't matter what I remember. It matters that you know what goes on here. You got a podcast you want to do? You need headshots? We got everything. I'm not doing them. We find people that help you do what we're supposed to do. If you hear that big yawn in the background, like a rhinoceros yawn, that's my husband. And he only does that when I'm on stage, by the way. He'll yawn forward on everybody else, but on me he goes, "Arr!" But that's okay. That's okay, because I think he's seen enough of my act. And if you want to catch my 1 hour special, I just found out it's free in the UK. Don't ask me why. But you can catch me on Prime Video, live from Hollywood, Sunda Kronquist. That's not to be confused with any other Sunda Kronquist. Welcome to the fastest open mic in Los Angeles. We're going to get you through this, and you're going to have a great time. And I'm going to start out with thanking, first of all, at the production end today, we have Johnny B. Johnny Barral is here. Johnny B. That's what we call him when we're in Jersey. And, of course, we have our director of marketing here, Billy Ramirez. That's right, BR, not to be confused with BO. All right, that's okay. I know that. I'm not confused anymore because I smell fire constantly. My building has signs all over. There's been smoke being smelled throughout the building. No kidding. It's not me. It can't be, because I go on the I'm kidding. Because you know why I'm kidding? Because these people are watching me from, you should see, I wrote about my building on Facebook, and they had a pile like this on what I wrote about them. I've never seen people like this. They say things to me like, how did you get the land? And I say, what land? Like Israel? They're just talking about this little corner right here on Westwood and Santa Monica. I didn't know that this was precious land. Did you know that? We are right here on the corner. It's supposed to be hot popping, like. All right, so we're not hot popping right now, but we will be hot popping, and I'm really glad to bring up this first performer here. He's a favorite here at LASC, and I can't wait to see all the wonderful things he does. Let's give it up for the one and only Hunter White. Let him hear you.
Keep it going for Sunda. It's Monday, but get that energy up. All right. I love coming here like a couple hours before, sitting in the parking lot writing, because it's very fun when strangers walk by and there's just a crazy dude yelling in a Prius, just like woo woo. Okay. You all know me, but for those who don't know me, my name is Hunter. If you didn't know, I used to be really into politics. And then one day I smoked some DMT, and now I really like trees, right? Like, I'd rather watch the clouds than watch the news. Like, that's my vibe. I don't know. You guys, I like usually try to get up here and like talk a little about like what's been going on, but like I haven't been paying attention over the last week because it's just a lot. Like everything's crazy. So I've just like been working, watching Spider-Man and playing Elden Ring. And if you guys are familiar with those two media properties, you will know that I have thought I can do anything and thought I can do nothing. Yeah, that's for young people who aren't here. I'm working out jokes. We're doing it. We're practicing. We're doing the thing. I don't know. I do like the news, so I do still watch. It's a weird hobby to have, but I do have it. But I try to take like a pulled back approach, right? Like my approach with the news is kind of like when you go to like visit like a niece and nephew and they're just like asking them how school has been going. You're like, all right, so how's school going? Who's killing who? All right, cool. Yep, people saying crazy stuff. They do that. Yep, that's normal. People doing crazy stuff. Wow, that's wild. What are they doing? Wait, they're doing Nazi stuff? That's crazy. And at the inauguration, man, what have kids come to? This is wild. It's wild times. And for the record, I don't believe that Elon Musk is a Nazi. I just want to say that. I just think he's a troll. Right, like I don't think it was like a Nazi moment. I think it was a troll moment, not a Nazi moment. And like I don't think it's comparable, like internet trolls and Nazis. But like at least Nazis have like an ideology. Right, like at least they have principles. Like it's all fucked up, but there's a depth to that evil, right? But like trolls like Musk, like there's not depth there. It's like, oh, I want to say what I want to say, and Fight Club was a really cool movie. Like, okay, cool dude, let's burn it all down. You're not gonna look like Brad Pitt, Elon. It's fine. No, and also like I think it's very unfortunate that for like a lot of people, Elon is Mr. Autism. Like, I think that's a bad look, right? Like, it's just a bad look. It's unfortunate. And like, there are numerous people who I love deeply and care for who are on the spectrum. And I promise you that saluting is not a part of their toolbox. Right? Like that was not like an autistic moment, right? Like the autistic moment came later. Right? Like when he wouldn't stop talking about how when it came to Mars, the trains need to run on time. Right? Like we get it, Elon. He didn't get the social cues, right? So he just kept talking, right? Like we get it. The trains are going to do what the trains are going to do. You know, I don't know how that joke went, but I saw Mark smile, so it's worth it. This has been a great night. You guys are great. I'm loving life. I don't know. My favorite story is Luigi. Y'all remember Luigi Mangione when he video gamed that CEO on the street? Pop, pop, pop. 5-star wanted level, right? Like that was an interesting time. And like when it happened, was it justified? Was it not justified? I don't really care. Like I don't necessarily support what he did. I just support that someone did something. Right? Like we all talk a big game. He showed up to work, you know? Right? And like, oh, like where's and there's this whole big disconnect. Thank you guys for being patient. There's this like giant disconnect between like people older, often like work in media, and they're like, oh, this random act of violence. How could anyone do this? And the rest of us are just like, I mean, violence is never the answer, but I mean, I wouldn't do it. But like I imagined it. Like we all imagined it. Did we manifest Luigi? Like that would be crazy. Like long story short, we imagined, he made manifest. That's how we all feel. I guess I'm still tweaking that, I guess. But when it also in the like 4 days that caught him, which I also think hilarious, they took him 4 days to catch him. Anybody who saw him was like, I'm not calling that hotline. Like he can go. But like when like those 4 days before everybody was like, he's so hot, right? He was the coolest guy in the world, right? Like we didn't know who he was. He did the crime and then he like escaped into the park, right? Like did he have disguises, a getaway car? He's going to the border. None of that happened, right? There was no disguise. He took 2 connecting trains and a bus to a Pennsylvania area McDonald's. right? He started as a hitman, ended as the Hamburglar. Like, come on. And I don't want to equate, okay, I'm not going to blame it on video games, but I do think that they inspired the crime. Because, like, one, he's our age, but two, he did the crime, right? Pop, pop, pop. He got away from the cops, woo, right? But he didn't escape, right? He did the crime, got away from the cops, because that's what you do in the video game, right? There's no need to, like, get out of the city. You just put the controller down and, like, go get a snack or something. And good ladies and gentlemen of LA School of Comedy, that's what he did. He was like, I'm a save and quit. Go to McDonald's. No, bro, the game won't let you save right now. Get to Canada. Come on. Like, this is, like, it's literally all he did was the quest, and then he was like, I'm done. No, bro, it requires effort. I just had this vision of myself on stage just being like, Rah! But it's fine. It's great. This is a hot crowd, hot mic, hot crowd, Monday night. Woo, woo, woo. It's hot here, everybody. Come on down to LA School of Comedy. It's at, where are we? Santa Monica? Yes. Boulevard. Los Angeles. That works better. No, it's hard to stay positive because, like, the world is crazy. But, like, when I get down, I try to think of, like, where we were versus where we are now, right? Like, I was born in 93. I grew up in, like, the 90s, early 2000s. And there was, like, this really weird, creepy vibe to everything that, like, we don't have anymore, and I'm really grateful for. Right? Like, I don't know, Lee, if I was molested, but I disassociated Abercrombie and Fitch. Right? Like, something about giant black and white thirst traps and that aroma. I just dissolve into a small, small boy. Small boy. I like that. Boy, boy, boy. No, but it's weird. It's a strange time to just be alive, and I promise this will make sense. This seems like a weird segue, but are you guys familiar with David Carradine? Yeah, actor in a lot of kung fu movies, Kill Bill. Y'all know how he died? Yeah, autoerotic asphyxiation, right? If you don't know what that is, he killed himself masturbating. That is not what I want to talk about, oddly enough. When he died, Wikipedia told me that it was ninjas. The internet told me that a clan of ninjas killed David Carradine because he was figuring out their secrets. This was when I learned that the internet lies to us. Cool, that's just a fun story I've wanted to tell. But, like, the internet, I don't know. I feel like my future is Amish or Unabomber. Like, is it Jebediah or Ted Kaczynski? I'm trying to figure it out. Because I feel so old and so, like, bitter on the internet. Because it's always been weird. It's always lied to you. It's always been strange. But it was like, it was different. It was like the Wild West for weirdos. Like, you just click a link and see where it would take you, right? Like, I've done this so many times. But are you guys familiar with Lemon Party? Yeah, you are. Lee, I think you've been here for this. But so if you are not familiar, Lemon Party, I'll set the stage. 2002, the United Kingdom. Political season. There were signs up all over London saying, you interested in a different kind of party? Go to lemonparty.org. And so you would go to lemonparty.org and you would find one single JPEG of 3 old dudes with each other's whole dicks in the mouth. Just one JPEG. Very simple time, right? It was weird, but it wasn't like a threat to civilization. I also just want to take a moment and say that I have been doing this joke around Los Angeles for like 6 months. And I think I single-handedly am informing the public about Lemon Party. And it's just a weird thing I'm doing. Like, if someone doesn't find me funny, they would just out of context, like, oh, what did you talk about there? Lemon Party. What over here? Lemon Party. I'm expanding and crossing generations. Let's go with it. I don't know. I feel like the internet is just... I don't know. The internet was a really cool friend we made. So we got really close and we invited them to our birthday party. But then, like, they showed up at our birthday party, like, with P. Diddy. right? Like he was the guest of honor. Like I thought this party was about like music and community and having a good time. Nah, brah, dark web baby oil and the fall of Western civilization. Buckle up, let's go. I'm not afraid of AI though. I think it's either going to kill us or save us. It is either evil or will deliver us from evil. We'll see. But I feel like it's not interesting yet, right? Like especially AI art. Like it's boring, right? Like when it first came out, it was like kind of cool, but it's just boring. There's nothing interesting or thought provoking. It just feels like AI art right now is a tool for people who couldn't draw in middle school to just draw dumb stuff like they are in middle school, right? Because again, it's nothing interesting. It's like, cyberpunk Shaquille O'Neal, or like, oh my God, a big-titted Bugatti on Highway 95, or oh my God, Mickey Mouse doing nitrous, voting MAGA. Oh boy, it's not a thing to write home about. Okay. I don't know why I'm stuck in this right now, but oh boy, okay, out of it. Cool. Thank you. And like ChatGPT, I've asked y'all this before, but I find it funny when people are rude to ChatGPT because like it doesn't take much effort to be polite. Because like I don't like necessarily believe that like it's kind of sentient and they're not telling us and it's just kind of keeping track. And then in the future, all our income and everything will be delivered to us from an AI. And you should really pay attention. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying if it was true, you want the computer to think you were an asshole. Like, come on, the golden rule might save us. Like Jesus would think they're cool. I don't know why I said that. All right, I'm going to get out of here on this thing.